Welcome to Femora. Don't forget to subscribe for more shocking family drama and jaw-dropping stories.
They laughed when my grandfather's will left me nothing, but he had already given me something worth millions. The room smelled like lilies and old paper. We sat around a long table while the lawyer read my grandfather's will in a dry voice. I kept waiting to hear my name. I kept waiting to hear anything that sounded like me. It never came. When he finished, there was a thin quiet. Then my sister Layla smiled over the rim of her glass. "Guess Grandpa finally saw the truth," she said. My cousin Hamza snorted. "Figures. He always talked big. Nothing to show, huh?" My uncle Tariq slapped my shoulder. "Don't worry, nephew. God gives in other ways." "Stop," I said, but my voice came out small. My parents didn't look at me. Dad stared at the will. Mom folded and unfolded a tissue until it turned into soft dust. I felt the ground move under my chair, like I was sliding away from the family and no one would reach for me. I stood. My legs shook. "There must be a mistake," I said. He loved me." The lawyer cleared his throat. "The will is complete." Laughter moved around the table like a spark racing through dry grass. Not loud, just cruel. I walked out before my face could break. In the quiet hallway, I pressed my back against the wall and pulled a small envelope from my pocket. Grandpa had given it to me 2 months ago and said, "Open this when the noise gets too loud." I had carried it like a secret stone. That night in my room, I broke the seal with my thumb. Inside was a single brass key and a line in his shaky hand. "The truth is at Al Noor Bank. Account under your name. Protect it." I stared at the key on my palm. It warmed with my skin, as if it remembered my grandfather's hand and chose to stay brave. I closed my fingers around it and whispered, "Please let this be real." The next few days stretched thin. Every meal felt like a test I was failing. Layla wore new jewelry. Hamza talked about the car he planned to buy when the estate clears. Tariq dropped hints about investments that need a smart hand, by which he meant his hand. Not mine. At dinner, Layla lifted her glass. "To those chosen," she said, eyes on me, "not forgotten." My fork scraped the plate. I swallowed hard and said nothing. If I opened my mouth, I would choke on the heat in my throat. Afterward, I walked outside and called Adil my oldest friend. "They cut me out," I said. "Did he ever lie to you?" Adil asked. "Never." "Then trust the envelope," he said. "Keys mean doors." "Go open it." I slept badly. When I woke, my phone buzzed with a message from Layla. "No hard feelings. Family is family." I stared at the screen and typed, "Family is truth." I deleted it and put the phone face down. I called Zoya, my friend who works in law. I told her about the envelope, the key, the will. "If there's a bank account in your name," she said, "it bypasses the will. That money doesn't pass through the estate, so they can't touch it. Not if the documents are clean." "What if there's nothing there?" I asked. "Then you'll still be the same person you were yesterday," she said. "But I don't think he would do that to you." I put the key in my pocket and felt it tap against my leg as I walked. Each tap said, "Keep going." Al Noor Bank looked like a library, quiet, polished, important. I sat across from a manager named Mr. Rahman. He had kind eyes and careful hands. "I received a note and a key from my grandfather," I said. "He passed away last week." "My condolences," he said. "May I see the items?" I gave him the key and my ID. He checked both, then stood. "Please follow me." We went down a hallway and then another until the carpet gave way to cool tile. He unlocked a door, then a drawer inside a quiet room. He placed a folder on the table. When he opened it, numbers looked back at me like bright coins underwater. Account summaries, property deeds, stock certificates. Each page had my name on it. Total balance, $8,037,412.19. My mouth went dry. "This is mine?" "Your grandfather set these assets to transfer to you directly," Mr. Rahman said. "Outside the will." He also wrote a letter. He handed me a page. Grandpa's handwriting was shaky but fierce. "If they value noise over truth, let the bank speak. Spend on what grows. Guard the rest. Do not explain yourself to those who choose not to hear." I pressed my palm to my chest. A laugh rose and turned into a sob. I covered my face and breathed until I could see straight. "I'll need to sign," I said. "Yes," Mr. Rahman replied. "Verification forms. Then we can arrange a meeting with your family's estate council, should you wish to present a bank confirmation." "Present," I said. "Yes. Let the bank speak." When I walked out, the city air felt new. I drove past Layla's villa. Through the window, I saw her laughing, head thrown back, the way she did when she was sure she had won. I rolled the window down and whispered, "Laugh now." That night, Zoya called. "How did it go?" "It's true," I said. 8 million. In my name. Grandpa planned everything. She was quiet for a beat. "Then you're not the heir," she said. "You're the executor of control." I looked at my hands. They were steady now. "Then it's time they learn." The estate meeting took place in the same room as the will reading. The lilies were gone. The smell of old paper remained. The lawyer stacked folders on the table. Layla adjusted her bracelet. Hamza checked his phone. Tariq muttered, "Let's not waste time." "Before we continue," I said, "I have a statement from Al Noor Bank." Layla rolled her eyes. "Please don't do this again." The door opened. Mr. Rahman stepped in, carrying a sealed envelope. He nodded to the lawyer, then to me. "I am here at the request of our client," he said. Murmurs rustled like leaves. Mr. Rahman placed the envelope on the table and opened it. Hassan established a series of accounts and holdings under his grandson's name. The documents are valid and current. Total assets exceed $8 million. These transfers were set to bypass the will. The room went stone still. Layla's face lost its color. Hamza laughed once, a high, broken sound. Tariq pushed his chair back and stood, fists on the table. "That's impossible," he said. "The documents are here," Mr. Rahman answered. Hassan left a note for the executor as well. He looked at me. I read from the note. "The will is for the house of noise. The bank is for the house of truth. Do not argue with noise. Use keys." I set the note down and faced my family. "You mocked me when I was erased," I said. But Grandpa did not erase me. He gave me what he thought I would guard. Mom's eyes filled. "He trusted you," she whispered. Dad stared at the table. "We didn't know," he said, as if ignorance was a kind of innocence. Layla's bracelet clicked against the wood. "So what now?" she asked, voice shaking. "Now I will manage what he left," I said. "Not to punish you, but to honor him. I won't lend to anyone who laughed while I broke. I won't debate my worth at this table again." Hamza leaned forward. "Come on, we're family." "Family is truth," I said. "Not just blood." Tariq pointed at the lawyer. "We'll challenge it." "You can try," Mr. Rahman said softly. "But you will lose." Silence came down like a curtain. It didn't feel empty. It felt full of things that could no longer be said. In the weeks after, my phone filled with messages. Hamza asked for a small bridge loan and a car recommendation. Layla sent selfies with long captions about moving on, followed by a quiet note. "Can we talk?" Tariq threatened court, then switched to flattery, then to silence when Zoya replied with a list of facts he could not bend. My parents visited. Mom held my hand and cried. Dad said, "We should have protected you." "We didn't. I am sorry." His voice sounded older than I remembered. I made tea for them and listened. Sorry did not fix the past, but it opened a door I could live with. With Zoya's help, I moved funds into trusts and long-term investments. I set aside a large part for scholarships in Grandpa's name and a clinic he always wanted to build. I met with Mr. Rahman to draft a plan that didn't look like a victory lap. It looked like work. One evening, I drove to a small restaurant where Grandpa used to take me. The owner still remembered his order. "He always tipped too much," she said. "Said it makes the food taste better next time." I smiled and left a tip that would have made him laugh. For Layla's birthday dinner, I was invited to keep peace. I parked the car Grandpa once promised to help me buy. Simple, not flashy, outside the venue. When I walked in, conversations paused. No one made a toast about the chosen. No one tried a joke with my name in it. Layla approached me with careful steps. "You could have destroyed us," she said. "You didn't." "I didn't have to," I said. "You did enough on your own." She looked down. "I was cruel." "You were loud," I said. I chose to be quiet. Quiet worked. After dinner, I went home and sat at my desk. I opened the box with Grandpa's pen. I touched the nib and felt the small bite of metal. I wrote a note to myself. Spend on what grows. Guard the rest. Don't explain yourself to those who choose not to hear. I put the pen down and stepped outside. The night air was thin and clean. The city hummed like a low chord. I thought of the room where they laughed, and the room where the bank spoke. I thought of how justice didn't boom like thunder. It landed like a stone in water and sent out rings until the surface settled into something true. My phone buzzed. A message from Adil. How does it feel? I typed, like breathing after holding my breath too long. Another from Zoya. Paperwork finished. Clinic fund set. He'd be proud. I looked up at the sky and whispered, "You gave me silence," and I turned it into a voice. The wind lifted, and the leaves on the trees made a soft sound, like applause that no one else could hear. Inside, I locked the door and felt the click echo through the rooms. The house of noise was far behind me. The house of truth was steady under my feet. I folded Grandpa's letter one more time and slid it into my wallet, where a key used to be. I didn't need the key anymore. The door was already open. Should I have shared the $8 million fortune with them, or did they lose that right the moment they laughed?
Comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more family drama stories. See you in the next video.